Welcome to Rebellious Wellness KPIs. Let's get curious about what your body and mind are really saying. Time to dive in, have fun, and explore the possibilities. Your shoulders cold, and they ask you to please take the weight of the world off them. All right, that is a cheesy joke, but there is some truth to that because those tight shoulders and neck, they might be more than a cosmetic or a physical misalignment. In today's wellness KPIs, let's talk about one of my favorites, and that is, you guessed it, posture. Now you might be like, oh, are you serious? Yes, I am very serious because wait, you gotta hear this out. Your posture is a reflection of your alignment, yes, physically, but also mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And the way that you carry yourself is not simply a cosmetic, it is actually a reflection of your state of being and of the state of your nervous system. How cool is that? And you have this amazing body of yours at your disposal to check in and work with so that you can feel amazing. Joke aside, I can look at somebody, look at the way they stand, look at the way they move, and you can ask my husband. I will go to people and be like, are you in pain or do you need help? Like I've gone to stores to where I'm like, do you need to release the pain of your back? And people are like, oh my gosh, how do you know? It's because you can look at the body and read the signs that it is giving you. So let's talk about posture is not just cosmetic. Posture is physiology. So first of all, if our posture is off, let's say we're slouching, that's the easiest one. It's everything in here is compressed. What's in here? Digestive system, liver, lungs, diaphragm, heart, all of that is not getting the space that it can. What is that doing to your spine? Your spine is not in its optimal position. What is the purpose of the spine? To protect your nervous system. So can you see how this goes just a little bit deeper than my posture doesn't look good? Okay, so what happens when we're tense? What happens if you're getting ready to fight with somebody? Look at what I just did. I didn't even think about it. My hands went on a fist, my shoulders went up, and I got ready. Look what happened to my shoulders. Guess what that is? That is chronic stress. So that is on top of sitting, on a keyboard, on top of scrolling on your phone with your head down. Chronic stress literally weighs you down. And what happens? Let's take breathing, for example. When your breathing starts getting restricted, your ribs don't move the same way. Your lungs don't move the same way. And your body is not getting enough oxygen. What does that result in? Brain fog, lack of concentration and focus, not feeling optimally. Your body is deprived of one of the most essential things that it needs to function. That's the importance of posture. Now, what is the importance of posture? As I already mentioned, it protects your nervous system. Super important. Why? Because your nervous system regulates everything in your body. What is another benefit of having that nice strong core, that nice long posture? Flow energy. So energy moves through our energy centers. And we can get into a whole different topic. If that's your thing, of the energy centers that connect us to the 3D world, to the material, our physical world, and then the energy centers that are up top. These are the energy centers that lead us to our higher self. And then we have the heart. So if energy cannot flow freely, energy gets stuck. As energy gets weighted down by the stress of the world and it goes into our 3D centers, our magnetic field shrinks because there is no magnetism. There is like emptiness here and everything is literally weighing us down. So energy, it affects every single thing in your life. How you feel, huge. You might think, do you ever finish a day and you're like, oh, I need somebody to massage my neck? Or even now you're like, oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Or you touch your shoulders and you're like, oh my gosh, yes. Or you try to take a breath and you're like, I'm completely restricted. These are all signs that you're probably stressed and your nervous system is probably on a high alert. Now, once we condition our nervous system to be on a high alert, guess what? Sometimes it does not know how to check itself down into a state of rest. And that's what happens with chronic stress. So back to posture. What is proper posture? Proper posture is when our body is properly stacked. We want to have ears on top of shoulders. So, for example, can you see how head forward posture alters that? We want to have shoulders over hips. So if I have a pelvis tilt, that's going to get distorted, right? And it could modify. Obviously, I'm exaggerating. You can have variations of that. The typical shoulders forward. All of these, if one thing is out of alignment, everything is out of alignment. So if this shoulders comes up, everything else has to adapt for this shoulder being up. And then over time, the body starts giving you feedback. Your body's like, this shoulder is not feeling great. This shoulder is hurting. And you go, you have an x-ray, and they tell you nothing is wrong. We'll give you a cortisone shot. They give you the cortisone shot. It feels better for 3-5 a week. And then it goes back to hurting again. And you're like, I don't understand. You massage it. Well, guess what? If your shoulder is here and you have developed compensations in how you move, you can massage it all you want. If your patterns of movement reinforce what's happening, you can be massaged all that you want. You're going to go back into the exact same position because of the way that you move all the time. Okay? So, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles. Now, if I go too far back onto my heels or too far forward, you see what happens. So you want to check your posture, and you can do that. Just pull a mirror and look. And the chances are, especially if your posture can use an improvement, you probably know that you have poor posture. And if you have aches and pains, I encourage you, look at your posture. That might be the root cause, the easy root cause that you're missing. Feet hip width apart. Align with the body. Now, the foot, you want to have even weight onto the balls of the feet and the heels. Why? Because if the feet throw out or in, that's going to affect the rest of your chain. Knees. If I go too far back, I'm going to lock my knees, irritate the knee joint, wear and tear it prematurely. If I'm too far forward, I might be doing something weird. My heavy head is forward. That's going to create perhaps back pain, tightness into the hips. From there, you want to work those nice inner thighs to keep them nice and strong. They are stabilizers. So if you give yourself a gentle press out, you want these babies to fire up, but without your feet rolling out. They're gently pulling you in. Then the belly pulls into the spine, and let's say you're here, and the tailbone will drop down. If your ribs are flaring, the ribs will come together. If you're here, you're going to, as the ribs come in, you're going to gently pull the sternum, the bone right here, in. Then collarbone right here, that's going to lift up. You're going to feel your upper back muscles fire up. And then if your head is forward, you're going to push that head back. Something very common that we also see is the shoulder. If you are rounded like this is going to affect not only your shoulder, this is going to affect your neck, your upper back, your chest muscles. This shoulder has to drop back into its shoulder socket without pinching the shoulder blades. Because how do most people fix their posture if they're here? Well, you can see that's not a fixed posture, right? But if I engage, stack up my body, roll the head of the shoulder where it needs to be. I feel abdominals working. I work my upper backs working. I'm working my thighs. I feel nice and grounded, and I feel like I just became lighter. And I feel the flow of energy. And that is feedback that I hear from a lot of clients. Oh, wow, I feel lighter. Oh, I don't feel the pull into my neck. Oh, wow, this just took tension off my neck, back, whatever. So, posture, fundamental, especially if you have aches and pains. Please look no further than your posture. You might think like, well, how can that affect an organ? Exactly to what I told you. It could be compressing the organ. It could be affecting the nerve that is feeding that organ or muscle. So all of this comes together. This is very oversimplified, short version of how important your posture is for or as Rebellious Wellness KPIs. I can't wait to hear from you. What are you discovering in your body? How is your posture? What is the state of your pelvis, shoulders, feet? What's happening? Enjoy. This is the fun part of it. Pull that mirror. I highly suggest to my clients to do this work naked, because when we're disconnected and not aware, we can't see things. And look, is your body symmetric? Just know that all of us, every single one of us, have some asymmetry, and that's okay. If you have aches and pains, or if you feel not comfortable in your body, check what that posture is telling you. Stay rebellious, and I will see you next time.